Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Peter and this is PH Gaming, or what you may have known before as something else. So, I've had a little bit of a rebrand, got some more new logos and artwork coming soon, and some alterations to our video, or my videos. So, as promised, tonight the video is about me. An introduction as such, and even if it is a bit belated, as I'm now like nearly 2 weeks into actually having this channel, and a bit about the setup that I currently use. So, my name is Peter, as I previously mentioned. Started this channel about 2 weeks ago to do at least to start with, gaming videos. The idea being that obviously we progress on to other things as time goes, and obviously I learn more and I'm better at making videos. So to begin with, a bit about myself. So I live in Norwich in the UK. I'm 31 and I have a day job, which is all very not exciting in retail. My interests are technology, computers, science, space, very much into cars and automotive technologies, and computers in general. Been building computers now since I was 14, so 16-ish years. Started out on DOS based computers. Our first family computer was actually DOS based with a floppy disk drive and a dot matrix printer, with the paper that had the little holes at the side and tear offs. It was an Olivetti, if I remember right, and that was the first computer I actually ever took apart myself. I got it back together, but I never got it working, because to be honest I didn't really know what was wrong with it. From there, parents bought a Windows 98, I think it was Windows 98, based computer with a 2GB hard drive, of some, I can't remember, was it PC Chips or something like that was the brand. Some completely non-brand that I've never seen before or since. Couldn't even tell you what processor was in it, but it was a multi-board motherboard, so it had lots of expansion boards in it. Run 56k dial-up internet, so that was fun. And my friends and I used to play, what was it now? Command and Conquer, Tiberium Sun. They were games that I used to play. My friend of mine had his own. His parents had a computer shop in our town, and we used to go over there. They had a little network. I think it was like a four or five computer network upstairs, that we used to do local play multiplayer, Tiberium Sun and Firestorm. Also Red Alert 2. And from there I then had my own computer, which was Windows Me. I think it was Windows Me was the version of Windows that came with that native, and it was a Packard Bell. Again, still getting into computers here. Decided to start upgrading my own computer myself, so I would have been about 12, 13 at this time, maybe a little bit older. And I put in I think it was a GeForce 4 graphics card. I improved the RAM and stuff like that, and that computer finally gave up when I overloaded the power supply with too many high-powered or too higher-powered components, and it took out my friend's ring mains for his house. And that plug socket actually that it was plugged into didn't work for years after that. Then came my first PC build. So I actually built a computer for, well, it's for my mum, and it was what was it now? So I remember it was a AMD Athlon 64x2, and it was like just come out, dual core, first multi-core processors about that sort of era. Okay, so it was dual core AMD 64x2. Don't know if it was an XP or not, but it was dual core. That was that. Had an issue there. First PC I built, didn't realise you needed standoffs and blew up the motherboard. Replaced the motherboard, PC, the rest of the PC worked fine. And I had my own, I think I still had, did I still have my Packard Bell? I might have still had my Packard Bell at this point. And because I know that when I upgraded my PC, all my hand-me-down parts used to go into that. Then I had another PC that was I think it was an AMD Sempron processor. Again, don't quote me as to what the other parts were, but it was an AMD Sempron. And that lasted me for quite a while. And then I went on to something else, but I can't remember what it was. And then I went on to my last PC, which up until November, December time was still in use, and it was an AMD Phenom Black Edition 365, was it something like that, and it was a 4-core 3.4 gigahertz processor. I had 8 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. It had a AMD Radeon graphics card, which was, I think it was what became the 290 or the 280. It was basically one of those cards where I think it was 7950. I think it might have been a HD 7950. Had a 750 watt semi-modular power supply from Corsair, which I'm still using. An OCZ Agility 3 SSD, 120 gigabytes, and a whatever brand it is, terabyte hard drive. Graphics card on that blew up, or it didn't blow up, it just stopped working in the summer last year. And I had to replace it with, replaced it with what I could afford at the time, which was a 1060 3 gigabyte. From there, I came into some money in November, once I got back off holiday, and I basically completely rebuilt my computer, carrying over just a few parts that obviously were either quite new or were up to the standard that I needed. So, I'm running now, in no particular order, a AMD Ryzen 7 2700X. Would have gone for a Threadripper, because to be honest the Threadripper processors weren't a huge amount more. Unfortunately the TR4 motherboards are about 4 times the price of what I paid on my motherboard. So speaking of motherboards, I am currently running MSI X470 Carbon Edition motherboard with RGB lighting. Yes, I very much went RGB with this one. Not necessarily because it was RGB, but because I liked the look of it in general. So obviously got the MSI Carbon X470 motherboard. 2 sticks of Corsair 8 gigabytes DDR4 3000 megahertz Vengeance RGB Pro memory. Very much RGB, even more than a normal. 1060 a gigabyte Aorus 1063 gigabyte graphics card. The same CX750M power supply from Corsair. I upgraded to a 500 gigabyte Samsung Evo 960 SATA SSD, and the same 1 terabyte hard drive I had before. Now, some of the other things that I've got, say Thermaltake Versa case. Now I'm trying to remember which version this is. Let me have a look. But while I do that, I've got an NZXT single optical bay touchscreen fan controller, which is obviously controlling all the fans, and a LG Blu-ray internal drive. Don't really know where I've got this. I got it because I thought it might be useful many moons ago, but to be honest, I've used it about 2 or 3 times ever. I think I know why I got that. I'll go into that in a minute. So that's the basic spec of my PC. Some of the things I want to do is improve that is I want to let's have a look, sorry, bear with me. Corsair, yeah, so it's a Thermaltake Versa C21 case, and it was an 860 EVO SSD. Okay, and the cooler is a Corsair Hydro Series H100i Pro RGB liquid cooler. Very nice for what I need, although very tight in there. So the case itself is fine. The only issue I have is the rear fan doesn't quite fit over the input outputs with the little shroud that goes around it and the LEDs in there, the RGB in that little shroud. So it kind of interferes a little bit. Other than that, perfectly fine. Some of the upgrades I want to do to this is get a better graphics card. I keep thinking about changing the case, but I've only just got it. I might do that at a later date. And some more fans. Some different fans. I would like to get some that are software controlled, so I can have one less thing in my drive bays. So I might get some Corsair fans at some point. Going on to peripherals. So I'm running a Anker 98AND S2368-BA mouse. Now I cannot for the life of me remember where I got this, but it has lasted me for ages. Really been a good solid workhorse. But that's due to be changed soon. I'm looking to upgrade that to a Corsair glaive. Yes, I know it's all Corsair, but I do kind of like their products. It's not that it's Corsair, it's just they are what I want. And then a very simple Corsair K30 keyboard. So it's not mechanical, but it is backlit, which was the main thing for me, and it also had the volume control buttons and obviously media control buttons that I wanted, which were quite important to me because I use them quite often. Going on to speakers, I have a Logitech 2.1 surround. Now this is a fairly recent addition last year as well. Basically I had a very, very overpowered 800 watt 5.1 surround sound system from Edifier. It was the S760D, and it was huge, like properly huge. I actually had nowhere in my room that the subwoofer, which was a 10-inch subwoofer, would fit. It was just manic, completely overpowered, completely bonkers. No, it didn't fit. The wires were everywhere. It was a mess. So I obviously changed to something a bit more suitable for my location now. Going on to other peripherals, so I've recently upgraded to a Fifine 669B microphone, just like this. So that, I'm not sure if in this video that is where the sound is coming from. It is my default device, so I should hope so. So yeah. Going on to controller, so I tend to use Xbox One controllers, but I've mine went wrong. To be honest, I got it through work anyway, so it wasn't brand new when I had it. I've gone on to a Steam controller, so I got a really good deal on this. I think they were £20 just before Christmas on sale. So I thought, for that, you know what, I'll pick it up and give it a try. It's not, if I'm going to be honest, it's not as nice as an Xbox One controller. Okay. Right. So my monitors. No, actually, I've got my webcam first, as we're on that sort of thing. So I'm running an Advent Full HD 1080p webcam. Now, I'm not very funny. Advent's website isn't even existing anymore. You can't get drivers for it anymore. Not off the internet, directly from them. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I've got. Monitors, so these are due to change this year as well. So currently I'm running two 1920 by 1080p monitors, one of which is an Acer I believe it's 27-inch IPS monitor. Okay. Don't ask me what model. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find out a bit. So it is an Acer G246HYL. Okay, it's IPS 1920 by 1080, and it is a 24-inch monitor. Sorry, 24.6 inch or something stupid like that. Okay, my other monitor is a Hans G HE225DPB monitor. Now I'm not sure what type of panel this is, but it's 22 inch. Okay, so I have two different size monitors. Okay, and yeah, so I'm hoping to change. Alright, so it's very basic, okay, but it does exactly what I need right now. So, just looking at the technical specification of this. So it's a TFT active matrix display LED backlit monitor. Okay, it's not anything special. It's a monitor. All right, but I am hoping that this year, obviously once I've done my graphics card update, which will be in a couple of months' time, I've got a couple of things going on this year that I want to try and do as well, so I'll keep you posted on those. But what I really want this year, computer wise, new webcam, which will be next month, after some point after the 15th of February. Then I want to upgrade my graphics card. Okay, looking at 1080, I did look at the 2060, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough of an increase to warrant the cost. If I'm going to do that, I might as well go up a bit better, maybe 2070 or 1080 Ti or 1080, something like that. So something really high end. Then I want to obviously get some fans. I've carried over a few old fans from my old PC, but I just want to update them, get something a bit better. And webcam, which I'm looking to go into a Logitech. Is it the C920 webcam? It's getting good reviews online, so that will be one of my next investments with regards to video. A new mouse pad, which will go clear across. Obviously, new mouse, new keyboard. That's basically my PC covered. Okay, so more about myself, going back to that. So you've had the history of my computers. Obviously what my interest is, obviously, I didn't mention, so started building computers when I was 13. When I was 14, I went to, so 13 I went to high school. By the time I was 14, I went into the second year of high school. and started working on the computers in my breaks as part of the IT team, basically. So basically, me and my friends were assistants to the IT network supervisors, so the guys that basically build the network, maintain it, and run it. Okay, and we were basically their assistants. So we'd do the manual handling of when it came to the physical work. We'd do a lot of that. We'd build the computers. We'd take parts out, replace them. See, flash on the chuck the floppy disk into the PC to pull the install files from the network, and stuff like that. Okay. We also had semi-administrative privileges and just general, that sort of thing. So that really sparked my interest. From there, so I got into cars when after leaving school. I did an apprenticeship as a mechanic at a rather specialised company doing automotive training aids for colleges. So we would basically take engines out and all that. Big fan of cars. Been to quite a few races. Been to a few races. So yeah, cars again, big thing for me. As well as technology and computers. My next biggest passion is martial arts. So I got into martial arts just over 7 years ago now. I was working in a food factory for a well-known food supplier here in England and in Europe as well. Well, not as a food supply, but a food production. And I'd put on a lot of weight. Obviously, long shifts. I didn't want to do anything with it at home. I wasn't exercising. I was eating a lot. So I put on a lot of weight. And I was really unfit. And I got to a point where when I used to be younger, I was really fit. I'd be playing football or soccer every night. I could do whatever I needed. I could run most of the way to my friends, which was normally a good half an hour walk away. I was just generally really quite slim and quite fit. But as I got older, I was at this food factory, and I decided I was going to start cycling to and from work, which was easy. Which should have been easy. It wasn't. I cycled several times further than that in the past, this was just across town. I'd cycled to the neighbouring towns previously, which were 10 miles each way, maybe more. Actually, one of them was probably 15 miles each way because I was at the opposite end of town. And I couldn't do it. I really struggled to do like the 3 miles that I used to do in 10-15 minutes on the bike before. Probably took me somewhere near an hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, it really didn't do very well. I'm going to apologise for the light flickering there. It's not actually flickering in this room, so I assume it's just my camera. So I decided I needed to get fit. I'd been to the gym previously, and that was all right, but I kind of fell out of the habit very easily. And I had always wanted to do martial arts as a child, and my parents wouldn't let me. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. It's learning, so it's keeping my brain engaged, so that I don't realise I'm exercising as much as I am, and learning and enjoying it at the same time. And someone else is pushing me to do more than I would push myself. So I started that about 7 years ago, and I haven't looked back since. I've competed in tournaments, so I've competed in European Championships. I've studied with and learnt from some of the best, and actually the best in the world, at what they do, and I would like to say that I train with some of the best in the world at what they do. And some people there at that martial were a massive inspiration for me to be a better person, to help me decide what I really want to do in the future. And they got me to where I am, or helped me to get where I am. So I'm now a black belt. I have been for 2 years, or coming up for 2 years. And this year I start testing for second dan black belt in my martial art. I have got 2 medals from European competitions. I help teach children as well, and some of those have gone on to win gold medals at European tournament as well, which is a great achievement for them. And I couldn't be prouder. And it just, stuff like that just keeps me going. To see the sense of achievement and their joy that comes from that, for both them and me. And for me just to be a better person as a result. So I do martial arts. The martial art I study is Kuxul 1. And big part of me and my life. So, I have another announcement. The Twitter page for PH Gaming, as it will now be known, is live. Okay, it went live last night. The first video on there was the Need for Speed Payback Career episode 1. And so yeah, go check that out. Obviously follow that to get any updates on new videos from myself. So you got that there. Coming shortly, maybe tonight, might be episode 15 of Airport CEO before its hiatus for my channel. Basically running out of new things to do with regards to that airport until they bring out another update with new features. So obviously going to hold off making any more episodes because I don't want them to be repetitive. I don't want people to lose interest. I want them to be new each time and something different, if I can. Okay, so that might be coming tonight. It might come tomorrow morning. I haven't decided on that yet. Another episode of Need for Speed Payback will be coming. The channel will be changing its name to PH Gaming, as I've already mentioned. That will come tonight. Although the logo will not change until it's ready. So I have actually sent the logo off to someone who I know, a friend of mine through martial arts, who's going to have a look at maybe doing something with it and improving it and making it a bit better for me. After that, next month, new animations for videos. Okay. So I'm going to be investing in some animation work. Again, I'm not very good at it. I don't know my way around it at all. I've never done anything like that. I would not even know where to start right now. But if any of you guys have any tips on that and know any good software to begin with and any way to do that, please do let me know. Any help is much appreciated at this point. So they're short-term plans. New webcam. So my webcam will be getting replaced with a better one that is actually relevant right now. Okay. Maybe some more memory in the PC. I want to get up to 16 gigabytes to begin with. No, 32 gigabytes. I've got 16 in there now. With regards to content, tomorrow afternoon 2 PM live stream on Kerbal Space Program. We will be covering geostationary satellites in Kerbal. So obviously I did promise this in the last live stream. Obviously run a bit short of time and didn't as much as I had some more time, I wouldn't have been able to do what I wanted to achieve within the time that I had allowed. So obviously just elected to cut that short and pull that to this week. Okay. So yeah, geostationary satellites in Kerbal Space Program tomorrow afternoon. Live stream. Join me, please do. Obviously we will be on. That will be announced on the Twitter page and on YouTube as well, as scheduled. And then, yeah, after that, so I'm not really sure. I'm not certain which way to go. I've started obviously the Need for Speed Payback career on series, so that will be going, but that will all be down to whether or not people actually watch it. Because at the minute, no one has. So obviously, if I'm not going to keep doing it if people aren't watching it. If people aren't watching it, it's not worth it. So I have got some other ideas as well. So I could do a Kerbal Space Program career. It's been done to death by other people, but you never know. Crash Bandicoot Insane Collection is another one that I was thinking about maybe starting a new run through. I only got a little way into it before the other day when I bought it. So I could do a run through of that as well. Obviously got Euro Truck Simulator, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Just Cause 3 are also installed on my PC right now. Also Mass Effect Andromeda. So I've got a feeling I might do one of those, but we will see. I'm going to try and do it at some point where on my Twitter page, or on the Twitter page for PH Gaming, I will be looking to do a list, basically, of every game that I have on PC. Okay, maybe not the disc stuff, because I've got some discs of older games. I'm not sure if they'll run on my PC. They might be too old. Might be able to get them to work, but we'll see. Okay. So yeah, we could also do that. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you have, please tick that button if you with the thumbs up if you like that. If you didn't, you know what to do. Please subscribe and hit the little bell to get notifications for the future. Also, obviously, got that Twitter page you can follow to find out more. Comment, please do. Always get back to people who comment in a friendly manner. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.